Recorded from Chaminade Broadcasting Studio, we give you CBN.
Last week, the sophomore class departed on the 4-day educational trip Road to Freedom. After a 6-hour bus ride, we arrived in Franklin, Tennessee for a tour of the Carter and Carton houses. The Carter house was a plantation during the time of the Battle of Franklin in 1864. The Carton house was used as a hospital for wounded soldiers during that same battle. After those tours concluded, we all got back on the buses and headed back to hear some of the ghost stories of Franklin. After hearing all the stories of being scared out of our minds, we went back to the hotel and our first day concluded. Day 2. After breakfast, we arrived in Nashville for a tour of the Hermitage, house of President Andrew Jackson. Jackson lived there from 1804 until his death in 1845. Then after a lunch consisting of Chick-fil-A, we headed to Lexington in Cincinnati and a fun night at Gaddytown for pizza and games. Day 3. After another great breakfast, we departed for a tour of the National Underground Railroad Freedom Center. There we learned all about how slaves arrived in North America, how their lives were affected here, and when they decided enough was enough. After the tour finished, we embarked on a service project removing honeysuckle from a trail in Cincinnati. When we finished and freshened up at the hotel, we then went on a buffet riverboat trip along the Ohio River. Finally, on day 4, we woke up and had a quick breakfast before we left for St. Louis. When we arrived back to Chaminade safely, everybody was glad to be home. For all of us here at CBN, I'm Grant Washburn. We are Chaminade.